All right, so this is what I have with my P-series bike. You can see that like the brake cables and the derailleurs already disconnected. So I took out the Shimano 105 rear and front derailleur that come with the bike, and and I've disconnected, basically cut off the brake cables here, front and back, as well as the derailleur cables. So now I'm going to remove the stock bottom bracket. As you can see here, let me zoom in a little bit. It's kind of like a weird threaded type. So I'm using a park tool. Let me see if I can get in focus here, like a BB T27.3 to remove this guy. So it's about 50 millimeter across, and it's 16 teeth. So I'm just going to remove it now. I'll just really put together stable. It's really tight. Okay. To make sure, wow, this guy's really tight. I'm just going to keep working on it to remove the bottom bracket. Just pull it this. I'm getting to the point I think I should be able to just loosen it up by hand. And here we go. And you can see that, let me just show you one side of this threaded bottom bracket. And this is what comes in the factory. So you can see the bearings are still inside, and now I have to pop the other side out. So let me show you what it looks like now. So you see that on one end, right, the bottom bracket is removed, and it's probably have to clean this up quite a bit. You can see inside here, and then on the other side, basically I have to basically pop this side out, and I think I need to get a bottom bracket tool. So let me do that, and now we'll continue. Right, so what we want to do now is to push out the bearing before I just forcefully push out the remainder of the bottom bracket. So this is what I have here to push out the bearing. And when I insert this in here, you can see that, right, it's just kind of fits right into the bearing. And what I'll do now is to install the tool, and just so that we can kind of safely push out the bearing. All right, and as you can see here, we have now, whoops. All right, I got stuff everywhere, but okay, here's how I got the bearing out. All right, now all I have remaining is the actual bottom bracket itself without the bearing. So you can see here, this is just basically installed by friction. So I'm just going to tap it out. And I will be using this guy to push it out. I probably can just do it more forcefully, but I just want to, you know, make it a little bit nicer. So first I'm just going to tighten this guy a little bit so that, okay, when we tap it out, it will just like completely force out. And then I'm just going to lightly tap on this. Right, that's how I tap out the bottom bracket. And as you can see here, this is the other half of the bottom bracket. We just show you what it looks like from the factory. So this is how it's put together. So basically it's a basically threaded from both ends. Basically you install this side first and you thread it in from this other end. So I just want to show you what it looks like. And I'll be replacing it with a one-piece bottom bracket, so hopefully it will be a lot better. So here's the new bottom bracket that I want to put inside, made by BBinfinite. Can't wait to install this guy, looks super nice. And the way it would go in is basically it's press fit. So I would have to use the BB tool again, kind of go in from this side. You can already see there's a lot of friction, it won't go in at all. So I would need to install the BB tool to basically push this all the way in and out on the other side. Right, welcome to How to Triathlon. In this video we will install BBinfinite bottom bracket into a Cervelo P-series bike. So I have it partially, I just started installing the bottom bracket and then I realized, oh, I should do a video on it. So it's probably like a couple centimeters in. And one thing that's interesting about this one is that you have to install it from the non-drive side. Because typically you have a bottom bracket that goes in from the dry side, but in this one, you actually do it the other way around. And you can see the nice thing with the P-series bike is that this space here, there's no cable, nothing sticking out, it's like completely enclosed. So I will start pushing this in by first putting the tool over here, and then I have the, you can see I have the drive bracket there, and on the other side, it's just barely sticking out here. So I'll first just put it over here, tighten this up. So I'll just first use this tool here to push in the bottom bracket. Once it's inverted, then I'll use the tool that comes with the bottom bracket from BBinfinite to basically put this on the drive side. So I'll start pushing this in. Usually the first part is quite a bit of friction, But once it's in, it should be a lot easier. So I'm just going to turn like this to speed it up a little bit. And we'll probably go like 70–80% in, and then we'll do a visual check to make sure it's straight and it's not it has not tilted, and then we'll put some retaining compound and then finish up the installation. So that spacer that comes with BBinfinite is probably works better on the bottom bracket too. There's a little bit that comes with a longer shaft. This basic one I got from Amazon just it's not really that long. So okay, here we go. So I'm just going to stop this part now, loosen it up a little bit, just to make sure that I can do a visual check, make sure everything looks good. Yep, so I think it's about time to put on the retaining compound. And let me show you why we are stopping now, because even though on this side it seems like we still have quite a bit of space, but if you look at the drive side, we are actually already, you know, at the kind of like the last bit of it. So that's why it's a good time to stop, so I can put on some retaining compound around here. And also on the non-drive side. So slide this over a little bit, just checking to see and make sure that this is center. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so let me put on some retaining compound. And actually that reminded me that I should have put on some gloves. Okay. So for retaining compound, a lot of people like using the Loctite 641 medium strength. Make sure you get medium strength. But for this particular one, BBinfinite already provided me with some retaining compound, so I'm just going to use the one provided by them. I'm just going to twist this open. Going to apply them somewhat liberally around here, and that hopefully could help with any future creaking. I'm doing the same thing on the drive side. Okay, so that is done. Alright, so let's continue with installing the remaining part of this bottom bracket. I'm going to install this shaft back on, and on the other side I should get this thing in here, and then it actually doesn't work, so I'm just going to do it this way. will continue pressing the tool. Actually, to make sure this guy's tight. Actually, this is not working out the way I want it. I think it's probably a bit too loose. So let me change this part a little bit. I'll actually be using what I have rather than what is supplied by them. I think this probably works a little bit better. Okay, so yes. Okay, so I'm continuing putting on pressure here to push the bottom bracket in. It's going to make some popping sound as we go. This is coming out on the other side. Just going to check really quick. Make sure things are working properly over there, and it's looking pretty tight. So I'm just going to first check on clearance before I push any further in. I'm just going to lift out the tool like this and just wanted to show you what it looks like on the other end. So on this end, you can see that it's almost fully, it's in some ways, it's already flush. And on the other side, you can see that, it has popped out. It's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to check here, making sure I actually don't have a filler gauge here. So actually, I should get something to make sure that it's has installed pretty well, but it's looking good so far. So let me just loosen up the tool so we can see what's inside. So let me have a better view here, right? So wow, this is really nice. Yeah, making sure that the bearing are moving smoothly inside here, and you can see it's a very clean look. And on the other side, yep, looks really nice. And what I'll do next is to put on the cover. See that it's flowing pretty smoothly. Same on the other side. Yep. Wow, that's really nice. So that's it. That's the bottom bracket installation.